Welcome to AI Toolbox. Today we'll be diving into something pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Meta's brand new AI-generated social media users.
It's a big one.
Yeah. So these are AI profiles on Facebook and Instagram
Right.
that can create content, interact, and basically act like real users.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Launched today.
Today, January 9th, 2025.
Right.
So this isn't just like your average tech update.
No,
This could fundamentally change how we experience social media.
it really could.
So before we jump into all the details,
Yeah.
I think it's worth asking what are some of the big questions that this raises?
Yeah.
Can AI actually be entertaining?
Yeah.
What about the ethical side of all this?
Mm-hmm.
And will this help or hurt businesses and creators?
Lots to unpack there.
Definitely. So first things first.
Yeah.
What exactly do these AI users do?
So from what we're seeing, they're capable of generating all sorts of content.
Okay.
Like posts, videos, comments.
Wow.
They can even offer advice on things like fashion or even like cooking.
Oh.
Yeah. And there's this text-to-video tool that they're rolling out
Oh, I saw that.
where creators can actually insert themselves into AI-generated videos.
So it's like blurring the lines between real and artificial.
Exactly. And one of the most interesting things is the customization aspect.
Okay.
You can actually create AI personas based on your own interests.
Wow.
So it's not just like a one-size-fits-all bot experience.
Right.
You have control over how your AI persona interacts.
So theoretically, you could have an AI persona that reflects your personal brand
Exactly.
or your interest. That's huge, especially for creators and businesses.
It is. Just imagine a small business owner who doesn't have the time to constantly manage their social media.
Right.
They could create an AI persona to handle, basic tasks.
Like responding to inquiries,
Again,
scheduling posts.
Yeah, frees them up to focus on, the other parts of their business.
That makes a lot of sense. And for creators, the
Yeah.
potential for AI-assisted content creation is it's massive.
It's huge. I mean, think about generating those high-quality videos without needing a full production crew.
Right.
Or even collaborating with AI on new ideas and formats.
Yeah, like having a creative partner.
Exactly.
Who's always available.
And works at lightning speed.
Exactly. It's pretty mind-blowing.
It is. But, it's not all sunshine and roses.
Right.
We have to talk about the potential downsides, too.
Yeah, whenever you have technology this powerful,
Yeah.
there are always ethical considerations.
Absolutely. One of the biggest concerns is misuse.
Right.
Could AI-generated content be used to spread misinformation
Right.
or even manipulate people's opinions?
Yeah, how do we even ensure that these AI users are operating ethically?
That's the million-dollar question.
It is. And what about the impact on just the overall user experience? Will social media platforms become flooded with low-quality bot-generated content?
It's a valid concern. It'll be crucial for platforms like Facebook and Instagram to implement, really robust quality control measures.
To prevent that influx of spam.
Exactly.
Yeah. And on the user side,
Yeah.
it'll be really interesting to see how people react to interacting with AI personas.
Yeah.
Will they embrace it as a helpful tool?
Right.
Or will it create a sense of distrust or detachment?
It's a complex issue, really. I think it'll depend on a lot of factors.
Like how well these AI users are designed,
Absolutely.
how transparent the platforms are about their use,
Yeah.
and just how users choose to engage with them.
Right. At the end of the day, this is a major development
Huge.
that has the potential to just reshape the social media landscape as we know it.
Yeah. There are a lot of unknowns.
Oh, definitely.
But one thing's for sure, it's going to be fascinating to watch how this all unfolds.
Absolutely. It's not just the ethical stuff, though.
Right.
We also have to think about authenticity and how these AI users will, impact how we interact online.
If anyone can have this seemingly perfect, always-on AI persona,
Yeah.
will it even be possible to tell
Right.
who's real and who's not?
That's a great question.
And what about real connections online?
Yeah. One of the things that makes social media engaging
Yeah,
is that human element, right?
totally.
The imperfections,
Mhm.
the shared experiences.
Mm-hmm.
If we're just constantly bombarded with this flawless AI-generated content,
Right.
it kind of makes you wonder if it dilutes the authenticity
For sure.
of those interactions.
Definitely. And how will this impact businesses and creators?
Yeah.
We talked about some of the benefits,
Right.
but are there any downsides we haven't considered?
It's hard to say for sure, but I
Yeah.
think one potential challenge for businesses is going to be
Yeah.
maintaining that brand authenticity
Right.
in this, AI-driven world.
Because if everyone's using AI
Exactly.
to generate content and manage their social media,
Yeah. How do you stand
how
out?
do you build trust?
Right.
How do you build real connections with your audience?
Exactly.
That's a really good point. It'll be interesting to see how brands adapt.
Yeah. What about for creators? Any potential pitfalls there?
Yeah, I think one risk is becoming overly reliant on AI.
Oh,
Like these tools can be incredibly powerful,
yeah.
but it's important for creators to,
Yeah.
retain their own unique
Keep
voice.
your perspective.
Exactly.
Don't let the AI make all the creative decisions.
Right. It's about striking a balance,
Yeah.
leveraging the power of AI without losing that authenticity.
Without giving up creative control.
Exactly. It's a tough line to walk.
It is. And it's going to require a lot of thought
Oh, yeah.
from both creators and platforms.
For sure. We need to be mindful of the potential downsides.
Right.
And make sure that AI is actually, enhancing the social media experience.
Instead of taking away from it.
Exactly.
It's kind of ironic, isn't it?
What's that?
That we're using artificial intelligence to
Right.
try to create a more human experience online. It's interesting, right?
It does seem a little counterintuitive,
Yeah.
but I guess it speaks to that desire we all have for connection, for engagement,
Yeah, absolutely.
even in like the digital world.
Even online.
Right.
I think you're right. We all crave authenticity.
Yeah.
Whether it's coming from, a real person or a really well-designed AI.
Right. Exactly.
And the challenge is finding that balance, that sweet spot where AI can actually improve our interactions without overshadowing the human element.
Yeah. Have you been following the buzz online about this launch?
Oh, absolutely.
Because it seems like everyone's got an opinion.
Oh, yeah. Social media is just buzzing
Yeah.
with reactions from excitement to, apprehension.
Right.
It's definitely a hot topic.
I saw this tweet the other day that said,
Yeah.
Meta's AI users are like having a personal PR team at your fingertips.
I saw that one too.
It seems like some people are really excited about the potential here.
Oh, absolutely. There's a ton of enthusiasm, especially from creators and businesses who see this as like a game changer.
For content creation.
Exactly.
Audience engagement.
Yeah, but there are some people who are a little skeptical too.
Right.
And they're raising some good points.
About ethics.
Yeah.
Authenticity. And, the possibility of this being misused.
Absolutely.
It seems like the big takeaway is that this is, it's powerful technology that could be used for good or bad.
It could go either way.
It's really up to us
Yeah.
as users and creators to decide how it's used.
And make sure it's contributing to a positive experience online.
Exactly. Now, I'm curious to learn more about, how are these AI users actually created?
It's pretty sophisticated stuff.
Yeah, it sounds very futuristic.
It does.
Very complex.
It is. But basically, it involves training AI models on huge amounts of data.
Like what kind of data?
Oh, all sorts of things like text, images, videos, even social interactions.
So it's like teaching a computer to speak our language.
Right, but in a much more complex way.
Way more nuanced.
Exactly. The goal is to create AI that can not only generate, human-like content, but also understand, the nuances of how we interact.
Like humor.
Yeah, even emotion.
That's ambitious.
It is. So how do they make sure that the AI doesn't just repeat, what it's learned?
Right, just spit it back out.
Yeah, and actually create something new. That's where the customization comes in.
Right.
Users can actually control the AI's personality.
Oh, wow.
Its interests, even how it talks.
So you can guide it.
You can guide it to create content that fits your vision.
So it's a collaboration.
Exactly.
That's fascinating.
It's like having a creative partner who can brainstorm with you.
Throw out ideas.
Help you make those ideas a reality.
Yeah.
But, AI can't do everything.
Right.
I mean, can it really capture, the full depth of human creativity?
Yeah, that's a great question.
It's something people are still debating.
Right.
AI is great at patterns
Yeah.
and making stuff that looks like what humans create.
Right.
But can it really replicate that emotional depth?
The originality?
Yeah, that comes from real human experience.
That's the question.
That's the question. It makes you wonder if there's something about creativity that's just inherently human that AI can never quite grasp.
Yeah, it's definitely something to think about as we,
as we move into this AI-driven world,
Right.
we need to be aware of both what it can do.
And what it can't.
Exactly. We
Yeah.
want to make sure it's helping human creativity,
Yeah.
not replacing it.
For sure. I mean, it feels like we're at a crossroads with all this.
It does, yeah.
On the one hand,
Yeah.
this incredible potential to be more creative, to connect in new ways, to even like simplify our lives,
Yeah.
But then on the other hand,
Yeah.
we have to think about authenticity, ethics, and what it all means for human connection in this digital world.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. So I think what's important to remember is that AI is a tool.
Right?
And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
It all depends on the person using it.
Exactly. So it's not about like being afraid of the technology.
Oh.
It's about being thoughtful about how it's developed,
Right.
how it's used.
I need to be having these conversations.
Yes, absolutely.
About what could happen, good and bad.
I mean, we've already seen what can happen when technology gets ahead of us.
Oh, yeah.
Like misinformation, data breaches, online harassment, all these things that have been problems with social media already.
We got to learn from that.
Yeah, and make sure that AI is making things better.
A more positive experience for everyone.
Absolutely. And I think to do that, we need to make sure everyone has a seat at the table.
Yeah, technologists, ethicists.
Social scientists.
But most importantly,
the users.
The users, yeah.
Because they're the ones who will decide if this is a success or a failure.
Right. If people think AI is being used to manipulate them, they're going to reject it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But if they see it as something that helps them.
Something that empowers them.
Yeah, to be more creative, to connect with people in meaningful ways.
Then it could really change social media for the better.
Yeah, maybe even for good. I think that's a great point to end on.
It is. It's not about AI versus humans.
Right.
It's about using AI to make a more human digital world.
Well said.
Well.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
I
want to leave you with one last question.
Okay.
If you could create an AI persona, what would it be like? What would it do for you online?
Would it be like a witty commentator, a creative partner?
Yeah.
Or maybe even a digital version of you that could take care of all those annoying online tasks.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's a fun thought experiment.
It is.
That really gets at how we see AI fitting into our lives.
Yeah, and it shows just how powerful this technology really is.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of AI-generated social media users.
It's a wild world out there.
And we'll be here to help you navigate it.
Every step of the way.
Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and as always,
yeah.
Thanks for listening to The Deep Dive.